Good morning. So much for that beautiful sunshine day we had on Saturday. Today is Monday. And listen, it's pouring outside. And there's no telling what I look like because I hadn't really looked. But you all need to see me as, myself. So yeah, it is Monday. We had a little bit of a sad situation yesterday. Our guinea pig died. Yeah. We didn't even notice it. Well, I noticed it at like 6 p.m. when I went over to the cage, and the guinea pig, I noticed, had not eaten the food from the night before, and it was tucked under the little ladder in its cage, and I could tell something was wrong. And Gabby immediately came and she looked, and I could tell it was dead. So I'm feeling a little bit of sadness about that because even though she ignored the guinea pig, she asked for the guinea pig, she ignored it, and we had it for 6 months, it died. And honestly, I think I know why. I think it was my fault, and I'll get into that story some other time, because right now the guinea pig just died. We don't know why the guinea pig died, it just died. But I feel sad because I love that guinea pig. So this is day 3 of 30 Days Vegan, and I've done okay. Great thing, I actually videotaped yesterday, but I don't know. This is why I don't videotape a lot and post a lot, because I run into so many problems and I get so frustrated, and it takes hours out of my life of being frustrated. I just don't want to be frustrated, so I stop. I just don't do it. But I'm determined this month I'm going to try to post at least every other day. So the month of April, I am really going to try, and you can see my light set up over here, because the plan really was to sit over there, and so I may go sit over there in a minute. But the month of April, I really do want to post every other day at least. So some of these videos will be crappy looking, and some of them eventually, as I go through the month, I'm hoping that they'll be a lot better. But yeah, so I'm gonna sit my butt down over there and just give you sort of a rundown of where the 30 Days Vegan is going, because I had a really good accomplishment. Something happened that was positive on this journey, and I'm only on day 3. So happy Monday! It is April the 3rd, and it is day 3 of my 30-day vegan challenge to myself. I shouldn't even say it's a challenge, because I'm not challenging anybody but myself to follow this lifestyle that I just decided what I wasn't going to eat for a month, and it turns out that for the most part it's a vegan diet. It's no dairy, no eggs, no meat, no fish, very limited in the vegan lifestyle from what I've read. And I hate labels. I probably shouldn't even say vegan, but I think it's an easier way for people to identify when I say that I am trying to cleanse my tissues and my body of things that are causing inflammation. And so again, just a quick recap, been inflamed for a couple of months now, had stopped really, was just so, I don't want to call it depressed, but just anxiety ridden with so much stuff going on around me, trying to find a new home, all of the stuff that I really was neglecting myself, and it showed. So I gained 10 pounds, but good news about that, but I gained 10 pounds, and my joints were hurting. I was puffy, just felt sluggish, congested, all of that. And so this congestion part has not left yet. And it's going to take a while, I think, for the inflammation in my body to go down, so that would include my sinuses. So, where am I? Day 3. I've had some really good things happen. So I think on my first day, which was April the 1st, I said that I had gained 10 pounds. And that 10 pounds had come on probably over a month and a half. And I just watched the scales slowly creep up. And then one day, which was a week and a half ago, about a week and a half ago, the scales jumped up out of nowhere. It was like, and I figured it might be retention, water retention. And it turns out that half of that 10 pounds really was water retention, because Saturday was April the 1st, and that's when I said I've gained 10 pounds. On Sunday, when I woke up after 24 hours of full-fledged, just clean diet, I did notice on that day, and I can't totally attribute it to just that one day, because days prior, about a week prior, I had started really cleaning up my diet. Because, like I said, a week and a half earlier, I noticed something was wrong. So it took me a couple of days to figure out, okay, I need to start eliminating things and just really clean things up, give my body some peace and some rest for a month, and then slowly add things in as I go. So yesterday, I woke up and I stood on the scales. I had to do a double, because I was like, what? Now, I knew that my daughter and I went to Costco, like I said, we were going to do, and I got a bunch of vegetables, and I noticed that right before I went to Costco, I had to pee-pee. I went to the bathroom. And by the time I got to Costco, which was about a half-hour drive, I had to go again. And it was not just a mile, it was like, I got to find a bathroom somewhere, because I got pee. I know, TMI. But, and that went on through the day. And so, when I stepped on the scales on day 2, my weight had gone down. Drum roll, please. Boom. 5.6 pounds. Can you believe? In one day, the scales went down 5.6 pounds. Now, this is not attributed to, oh my gosh, what did she eat? What did she not eat? Tell me what you eat in a day. No, this was water retention. And because I knew I was watching, for example, on one day, I looked at the scales. I weighed that morning. I was counting calories then, and this was within that week and a half. It was probably the first part of, so let's say a week and a half, 9 days, okay, prior to today, or prior to the 1st. And I weighed, and I was like, gosh, the scales are going up. Oh, why? So I said, okay, I'm going to count calories. I'm going to be really strict. I'm going to go back to my cuckoo days of counting calories, and I'm not going to get over 1,000 calories today. So I kept the calories at 1,000, right? Plus, I went out and ran 5 miles. I ran 5 miles. Do you know when I woke up the next day, the scales had gone up 1.5 pounds? How do you do that? How do you run 5 miles, eat 1,000 calories, and gain 1.5 pounds? So, ta-da, you know, very clear that I was retaining fluids. So yeah, then this could be a new thing, because prior, when my period would come, I would gain weight and I couldn't get it off. But I knew I was watching what I was doing. It was like, how is my weight still going up? Because for whatever reason, like I said, my hormones right now are doing all types of stuff. I guess the new hormonal shift at my age now is that I'm going to retain 5 pounds of water during my period. But it will come off, which is a beautiful thing. So that was a good thing. And then when I woke up this morning, I weighed again. And it had gone down just a little bit, which was fine. And so, yeah, I'm excited about that. I feel like my knees are still hurting a little bit. It's going to take some time for the inflammation to really go down, but I'm really sticking with the fish oil supplements and taking my cholesterol, which is for cholesterol, and just cleaning it up. Now, one thing that I was really sort of fudging on yesterday, but I cleaned it up today, is this. I am addicted to this. Can you see it? It is Marie's blue cheese dressing. And the problem is that the first ingredient, and see, this is why I can't see it. It's not, okay, the first ingredient is soybean oil. So it's got a lot of oil. I'm not concerned about the oils so much. But the second ingredient is cultured non-fat buttermilk. So it is so dairy. It's so dairy. And I've had to put the top on this really good. And we're going to seal it in the refrigerator. And we're going to keep it there. And so yesterday I was eating vegetables and salad. And I just had a little bit of this. I didn't use as much as I normally would. But I didn't have any other dressing in the house. And I'm not quite at the point of eating it without anything, and I didn't want to just put vinegar, though I need to. At one point, back in my cuckoo days, when I was really hung up in calories, I used to use apple cider vinegar and Sweet and Low or Splenda or whatever it was then. I think it was Equal. No, it was Sweet and Low because they didn't have it then. And I would mix it up and put it on my salads. And I may do that. Not for the caloric concern, because I'm not counting calories at all, but just because I don't want the dairy. But what I found today was Marie's makes 2 vinaigrette dressings. I haven't tried them. One is a red wine, and one is a mango Chardonnay. Are we like following the consistency in this alcohol? Yeah, I actually love wine, and that's going to be my biggest challenge. But you know, wine, for the most part, you can how can you say, you can legitimize being a wino if you want to, and I'm not. I'm really not. Trust, I'm not. But I do like a good glass of wine with my dinner, or after my dinner as a dessert, and that's what I've decided that I'm going to do. Now, people would say, well, it needs to be organic. If you're going to drink wine, it should be organic. No. But I will limit myself to 4 to 8 ounces, depending on what's going on. If this is a hard day with my daughter, it's going to be 8 ounces. But 4 to 8 ounces of wine. But otherwise, it's totally clean. I'm on the fence about the coffee, and why I would even be concerned about the wine or the coffee or teas, okay? And I had green tea yesterday with my meal. Those aren't a problem. Those are vegan. You can have those. I know that. But what I'm trying to do is to lower the acidity in my body, because that also causes inflammation. So that's the only reason I'd be concerned about coffee or, you know, wine or anything like that. It's just that because those are vegan, you can have them. It's all about what you put in them. And what I put in mine is non-dairy sweetener. So, you know, if I were being really concerned about sugar, then I'd, you know, but I'm not. I just want, well, you know what, I do want to be concerned about sugar to a certain extent, because too much sugar also causes inflammation. So when I say I'm not, what I'm saying is that I'm not at the point where I'm like, absolutely no sugar. There's sugar in fruit. It's going to be there. I am limiting how much sugar, artificial sugar, I get, because again, this is about feeling better and dropping that 10 pounds, but feeling better. And I know within a month of just eating this way, I'm going to lose the 10 pounds. I'm not that concerned about the weight. It will come. It's the inflammation. And then during the month of May, I will slowly, and I may not ever go back to chicken. But I would like to be able to go back to fish and sort of live more of a pescatarian lifestyle. So yeah, so thus far, it's been really pretty cool. It's about noon. I am going to go into the kitchen. So I think what I'm going to make, and I will show you quickly, I'm going to make a little guacamole and eat it with some dehydrated, it's dehydrated or baked, I can't tell. I bought it from Costco, broccoli. And yeah, it's gonna taste good. So come on, I'll show you how I do it. So the ingredients for this are pretty simple. I have these broccoli chips that I purchased from Costco. Again, I'm not a sponsor, advertising, or I'm not being sponsored. I'm just sharing with you the things that I'm finding that I like along this journey. So I bought these. They were about $8 a bag. And inside, I don't know if you can see that, it's really dehydrated. I think it's dehydrated or baked because chamber cooking process. So it is dehydrated broccoli. And what I found is that I enjoy making a guacamole and just eating the guacamole with the broccoli. And as I stated, I need this to be really simple. This has got to be a simple process for me, or I'm not going to stick with it. I'll be using a little bit, a very small bit of onion, some garlic powder, and some pink Himalayan salt. Don't want a whole lot of sodium, as we saw, because I was retaining 5.6 pounds of, or maybe 5 pounds plus of sodium, of water. So, we've completed the guacamole, the broccoli, and it's lunchtime, guys. That is so good. See you next time. Later. Bye.